If you're new to herbalism, the internet will throw 100 herbs at you at once, most of which are either hard to find or too advanced to start with. This is a shorter list. 5 herbs that are cheap, easy to source, gentle enough for daily use, and genuinely useful. Not just trendy. 4 of these 5 are great for daily use, and I'll show you exactly why. One of them, white willow bark, is a slightly different case, so I'll flag that when we get there. Stinging nettle. Stinging nettle is probably the best all-around daily herb for a beginner to start with, because it functions less like a targeted remedy and more like a nutrient-dense daily tonic. Nettle leaf is unusually rich in minerals iron, calcium, magnesium, and vitamin K, which is part of why herbalists have long used it as a general daily support rather than something reached for only when symptoms show up. Nettle also has a long traditional use around seasonal allergies, with some interest in its mild antihistamine-like activity, though the research here is still developing, so it's best thought of as a supportive daily habit rather than a fast-acting allergy remedy. Because it's nutrient-based rather than a strong active compound, nettle is one of the gentlest herbs on this list and genuinely well-suited to daily tea. Mullein. Mullein leaf is a gentle, lung-focused herb that's easy to recommend to beginners because it's mild, well-tolerated, and simple to prepare. Herbalists have used mullein for centuries as a lung support, largely due to its mucilage content, a soothing gel-like compound that coats irritated airways and throat tissue. Unlike more potent herbs, mullein doesn't have a strong, as-needed-only profile. Its gentleness is exactly what makes it reasonable to keep in a regular tea rotation, especially for anyone dealing with dry air, seasonal changes, or general respiratory sensitivity. Hibiscus. Hibiscus is one of the easiest herbs to fall in love with because it's genuinely enjoyable to drink, tart, deep red, and refreshing hot or iced. But it's on this list for more than flavor. Hibiscus is rich in anthocyanins, the antioxidant compounds responsible for its color, along with a notable amount of vitamin C. Hibiscus has also been studied for its role in supporting blood pressure that's already within a normal range, making it a popular daily tea in a lot of natural wellness routines. Though anyone on blood pressure medication should talk to a doctor before making it a daily habit, since the effects can compound. For most people without that concern, hibiscus is an easy, pleasant, sustainable daily herb, often the one beginners keep drinking long after they've moved on from the others. White willow bark. White willow bark is a bit different from the rest of this list, and it's worth understanding why. Willow bark contains salicin, a compound your body converts into a substance closely related to aspirin, which is actually where aspirin's development originally traces back to. Because of that, white willow bark has a long history of use for pain and inflammation, but it also carries some of the same considerations as aspirin. It's generally not recommended for continuous daily use, isn't appropriate for children due to a rare but serious risk linked to salicylates, and shouldn't be combined with blood thinners or other aspirin-like medications without medical guidance. So rather than a daily tonic like the other herbs on this list, white willow bark is better understood as an as-needed herb, something to reach for occasionally, not something to build into your everyday tea rotation. Burdock root. Burdock root rounds out this list as one of the most food-like herbs a beginner can work with. It's dense, earthy, and often used more like a root vegetable than a medicinal herb, which makes it very approachable for daily use. Nutritionally, burdock is a good source of inulin, a prebiotic fiber that feeds beneficial gut bacteria, part of why it's traditionally included in daily tonics aimed at digestion and general nourishment. It's also been a long-standing staple in traditional skin support herbalism, often paired with other roots in decoctions meant to be taken consistently over time rather than as a quick fix. Because burdock is mild and nutrient-dense rather than a strong active compound, it's very well suited to daily use, most commonly as a simmered root tea or decoction rather than a quick steep. So if you're just starting out, nettle, mullein, hibiscus, and burdock are all herbs you can genuinely build into a daily routine. Willow bark is the one exception. Keep that one in your back pocket for when you actually need it, not as a daily habit. If you want a video on how to actually combine a few of these into a daily tea blend, let me know in the comments.